Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do February favorites. I had a lot of favorites in February. A lot of things I was loving. I don't think anything is really new. I think that these products have been around. I think a couple of them might be new. Maybe new to you, who knows? But I'm loving them. I've been using them non-stop. I'm ecstatic about them, so let's just jump right in. First off, we're gonna start with face and body. So the first thing that I'm loving is the Clean On Me by Soap and Glory. I'm obsessed with Soap and Glory. I don't know if anyone else has this obsession, but the smell of everything that they do is so good. And I'm not even sure what it is, what it's supposed to, but it's such a kind of a little florally smell, but just really good. It just smells so good. And I've had people refer to it as an old grandmother scent, and I've had some refer to it as a very nice floral scent. So, I mean, I don't care what people think. I love it. I put this on a loofah. It doesn't lather crazy on the loofah, but when you put on your skin, like, it just feels so good. And it's not super drying. Like, it's kind of moisturizing. You still need to moisturize afterwards, but I'm loving it. And all winter I kind of used it, but I'm putting February favorites just because I used it during February. So the next thing, I have been wearing this almost non-stop. It is the Victor and Rolf Bon Bon, and it smells so good. So I didn't really know how to explain. I'm not good at explaining smell. It just smells so kind of exotic. I don't get the caramel part. Like, that was new to me. Like, I kind of thought it was more florally than it was caramel and deep, but I would definitely a deep floral. But I love it. I feel so good wearing it. You know, it's one of those smells that, like, when you keep smelling it throughout the day, you're like, ooh, like, I smell good, you know? One of those kind of things. Silly, I know. Get over it. It's gonna keep happening. So, let's move on to the next one. The next thing, okay, so I don't really think it's a face, I mean, it's not a body one, it's a face one. It's like a scrub. I have tried so many scrubs. I have acne prone skin, and so, I mean, from the age of like 12 on, I feel like I've tried everything on the market for this. So I definitely tried the St. Ives Apricot Scrub. Works great. I've also tried every off-brand of it. Not that it's an expensive thing, but you know, when you can save $1 or $2 at the store, you're like, oh, $1 or $2, whatever, you know? So I'm always looking for them. For some strange reason, the Up and Up one from Target, like their off-brand of the St. Ives Scrub, is amazing. And I don't know if it's because the granules are smaller or it's a more potent formula. I'm not really sure, but it works amazing. It works better than any of the other off-brands of it. Even the, like, St. Ives Apricot Scrub, like even the main one, I feel like this one works better. And you save. So go Up and Up. Love you, Target. Next up, moving into hair. So it was a big month for me hair-wise. We went on vacation to Mexico, and literally the day we came back, well, the next morning, I had extensions put in. So yes, this is not my hair. It is hair. It's just not my hair. So, I mean, it is now. It's attached to my head, but I had hot fusion extensions put in. So this should last me for about 6 months with good upkeep. They say longer, but it's really unique. And so I've been trying to find ways to keep it healthy, keep it as long as I can, because it was not cheap. So I've been looking at other, you know, how to keep it healthy, what are the best products to use. And I have a really good friend who works for Redken, and she recommended some things. So I'm going to pull one of them out now because it's very fun, and it is the Redken One United. It's all-in-one benefit treatment. It has 25 benefits, and it's amazing. It's conditions, nourishes, improves manageability, helps even out porous hair, reduces dryness, detangles, has instant results. I don't really think that should be one of their benefits, that it has instant results. That seems kind of weird. Works fast. Like, I guess it is a benefit. It just seems not as beneficial as the others. So, You know, it's lightweight, anti-static. It is great. It works amazingly well. What I've noticed is that it leaves my hair looking a little, almost like it's still damp when I use it. So I didn't actually use it today. Today I used a lot of dry shampoo. Ooh, nuts. Ooh. But it smells so good. It leaves it looking a little damp, yes, but it does nourish and it works wonders. I mean, it feels so good. So highly, highly, highly recommend. It's one of my favorites. Moving along to the next thing. So with these extensions that I got, one of the things they recommend is a loop brush. And I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna find a loop brush? I don't even know what that is. So, you know, obviously looking on Amazon, looking in stores, not finding it. Talked to another Redken artist. She recommended the wet brush. Now we already had one of these at our house because, let me show you what it looks like. This is one we already had at our house. And it's just the wet brush. And it's not made by Goody or anything like that. Like I was Googling it earlier. It's just wet brush. That's the brand, that's the brush. It's just a detangling brush. Ooh, had some hair in it. Ella has been using this. Ella's 4. Okay, so we used this on Ella's hair for a while, and it works really well because she, I mean, if anyone has a 4-year-old daughter, like, you know, they hate tangles. They hate when you pull their hair. Doing hair in the morning is like, it's just one of the worst things ever. It's a nightmare. You can get all the clothes on, you can get everybody ready to go, you can get breakfast done, but doing the hair, it's the worst. So this brush made everything easier. And she loves it. So hers is pink. And so when they recommended it, I actually went out and bought a new one, which okay, apparently I don't have. Mine's yellow. Okay, exact same brush. Bring it home and I'm like, oh, we already have this brush. But it works so good. I mean, it glides right over where my extensions are, which are like, you know, towards the root. Takes out all the tangles and it just works amazingly well. So if you have a 4-year-old, if you have thinning hair, if you hate pulling on hair, like if you're looking for something that will help you dry quicker too, this wet brush is amazing. So for makeup and beauty, I'm gonna start from like base and go up as I would layer it on and put it on myself. The number one thing that I'm loving, this came out last year, but Benefit the Professional Matte Rescue. So I loved Professional. Like, that's an amazing primer. It keeps your makeup on longer than almost any other ones. I've tried countless amounts of primers and that one was my favorite until I discovered this one. I have naturally very oily skin, so for me, anything that will keep makeup on all day, like, you've pretty much sold me at that point. And this one does it. I don't know how else to say it. Even, you know, my 13-year-old daughter, like, I put this on just over my moisturizer. Wash my face, moisturize, put this on, and it automatically looks better. Now, does it get rid of every pore? Probably not. There's probably just too much there that I can't fix everything. It's not a miracle worker. Moving right along. It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream. It is a color correcting full coverage cream with anti-aging hydrating serum, which people like me in their mid-30s, mid-34, don't really want to call it mid yet. We need this. We love this. We need anti-aging serums because those fine lines are not going to go away by themselves. So, loving this. I find that for a CC cream, you know, there were a bunch on the market when this whole concept first came out, and they weren't really that effective. They were more sheer than anything. This one actually is a really full coverage. It's really nice. I find that I don't even have to double it up. I don't have to build it. I put one on, I'm putting a little bit of concealer to cover some spots, and that's it. I mean, it's, when you have the correct color, it works out so well. What I'm pairing that with, so moving on to my next favorite, February, is this NYX Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. I love this. Now it tends to be almost, I don't want to call it chalky, but I want to say it is not thicker. It's different. There's a lot. You just, when you dab your brush, I mean, you're just putting it on there with like a big, you know, face brush. It goes everywhere. Like, it's Like, yeah, I feel like when you were younger, you used to go in your grandmother's closet, or not, grandmother's bathroom. She would have like that big powder puff like on the back seat of her toilet. I don't know if everyone's did. Mine did, and I always loved it. I thought it was so cool. But you'd like take that out, and it was like maybe talk or something. It was after bath talk powder, but it was on that big fluffy thing, and you would go like that, and it was like woo, big flying dust everywhere. I feel like that's a little bit like this. Like okay, not that was a little exaggerating, but you don't need much. You just need a little bit, and that little bit tends to go a long way. And wow, the sun's like right in my eyes right now. It's the worst time to video right here. But what I love is that for whatever reason, this combination is working for me as far as oil control, as far as just evening everything out. And I've tried several of these. I tried the e.l.f. one. I was using the e.l.f. one for a while until I discovered this one. I used to use the Makeup Forever one a long time ago, and I loved that, but the price is so much on it, and it's like, you know, you go through so much powder, you don't want to spend a ton of money on it. So yeah, I kept switching, and this one, I want to say it was a lot more expensive than the e.l.f. one. Not a lot, maybe like $4 more expensive. So a lot, my exaggeration, but you know, it just more. It's like 10 bucks, okay, but I feel like this one's gonna last longer, and I love the results so much more. So definitely one of my February favorites. I highly recommend it. Probably shouldn't say I highly recommend it after every single product. Obviously, I highly recommend them if I'm talking about them in this video. I was looking for a new foundation brush. I came across this one, and trying to like let you see it fully. It is shaped, so the brush itself is not shaped like a heart, but it is a heart. See, like it goes in here. So this was in a limited edition, one they had during Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna say that it saves me any on how much product I'm using. I'm not gonna say that it's flawless coverage, but it does seem to just, I mean, it flows so much better, and it doesn't matter if I use high-end or the cheap foundations. Like, it just glides. It's like, bam. I might need 3 covers of it, but it seems to be working, and I love it. So the next product I'm going to talk about is an eyebrow pencil, and I've been doing my eyebrows with eyebrow pencils for a while. I've tried lots of things have worked really well. This product is my absolute favorite. It is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I use it by Benefit. It's a number 5 for me. It has a spoolie at the end to just kind of, you know, clean through. I do it before and after I apply this. And then the other side is this really cool tip. I don't know if you can see it. But it's kind of like skinnier at the bottom, then almost diamond, and then back in a little bit. And it is perfect. It, like, you just guide it right along the brow. I mean, you don't even have to have purely sculpted eyebrows. You just need to have them just, you know, slightly tweezed a little bit where it needs to be, but cleaned up. Let's say cleaned up. And then this just like makes it, you just draw, and it's perfect. And then go back over the spoolie, clean it up a little bit. I cannot rave about this enough. Now, I did use the Anastasia one as well, and I did like it. I find I like this one a little bit better. I don't know if it's the formula. I don't know if it's the design. I mean, come on, look at this thing. It is pretty. That's cool. I mean, it's like a magic wand. Every princess wants one of these. I know I did. And it's a great product. So, also go on the list for February. Things that I love. Okay, so I apologize if it's darker now. I had to close the blinds. It was really, really bright right in my face. It's like the sun was here. And I didn't need that right now. So the last thing that I want to talk about is this amazing brush cleaner. Now, I go through a lot of brushes. I change things up constantly, so I have to clean them all up. It is the Blender Cleanser Solid. Now, this is actually for beauty blenders. I don't really use my beauty blender very often. I haven't really been a big huge fan of it. I mean, I understand how it works. I find that it absorbs too much makeup for me. Then my makeup becomes sheer, and I have to put a lot more on, and it's all on that. beauty blender. It just, I don't find it works very well for me. So if you love it, great, you go girl, you keep being you. Not a good thing for me. So I use a lot of brushes, and I use this cleanser, and it has this, there's like the soap, and then there's this kind of like, I think of it like a drying rack. I know that sounds weird, but it's like this drying little plastic thing that you stick it on. This works amazing, and it cleans so good. It doesn't smell bad, it's not harsh, it's not overpowering. It's just this nice clean smell, but your brushes get immediately clean. And not like overly clean, not like you just use the strongest astringent ever on them. Like, it really is just perfect. It's a perfect product, and I love it. So the only place I've found this is Sephora, but if you can find this somewhere, oh my gosh, pick it up. If you use brushes as much as I do, pick it up. It will be your new best friend, promise. So that is all I have. Thank you so much for sticking through this. I apologize for all of my errors, mistakes, crazy talk. But thanks, and I will see you next time.